What's going on, family? The ones of the world out there. Shout out to you guys for sure. We are getting into some Patreon requests today, and we got a little special one going on today. They're doing a 2-for-1 on their requests today. They're doing like, hey, let's do a back-to-back. So we are going to attempt to do both of these in the same video. If it eventually gets broken up, they're going to have to be like 2 different parts. We will get to that part on the editing side, on the back side. But either way, we are going to be trying to do a double feature of, I believe it is pronounced Akatsuki. That's the way I was told to say it. If I'm that fucking off, I'm just here to sound like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys for being here. Let's check out the live at Budokan Black Knight version from BABYMETAL, and then we're gonna check out the unfinished version afterwards. I'm not really quite sure what we're doing in what orders. Apparently there's 2 different preferences out there in the world of which one we should do. This is just the way we're going to do it. So we definitely want to appreciate our good friend Perma for putting in the double request today and for being a Patreon member of the channel. Again, it's a great way to help support the overall mission of the channel of how trying to uplift and spread the love and joy of music, especially on the up-and-coming artist side. And definitely a great way to get some guaranteed reaction requests. So consider joining if you would like. Let's go ahead and jump into the song now. Well, I have to say, before they even start getting cooking on this, like, one thing that's always cool about them is, like, no matter what kind of music that they do, like with like the softness of like a piano and all of that, and like the transition into like the metal music side, or like when we're like, all right, now we're kicking up the energy like on 1,000, like it never sounds out of place. It always sounds like pretty flawlessly transitioned. Does that make sense? Where I'm like, a lot of times, like when you go again from like one drastic sound to another, like a piano to all of a sudden metal, sometimes it just sounds like 2 different pieces that are pushed together. Does that make sense? But theirs always sounds like it was meant to. Does that make sense? No matter what sound it is. I've said that a lot about a lot of their intros when it comes to like their live performances and stuff, where they have like some sort of like, you know, just very calming type of like sound and all that kind of stuff, where it's like these really interesting and like very like lullaby kind of like intros, and then they come into like whatever the next song is going to be, and it always just sounds like it was meant for it all. So like, I don't know, it's always really incredibly like precise that way. fire. Very triumphant. Okay, so I'm definitely the lyric dude, and I have to look up the lyrics here. So this is the English translation. I did see on my little search on the way to get here that apparently people were asking if this was like part of like some anime song. Again, like you guys always tend to tell me like on the backside like what the thing is, and that's honestly the way I prefer it. Is I like to learn the most about the artist through the fans, because the fans are the ones who like know honestly probably more than the internet does, if that makes any sense. So I understand that I have to take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt, but I do depend a lot on the comment sections to give me a lot of the information about what I want to know about the bands, because honestly I'm weird when it comes to how much I do and don't want to know. Does that make sense? So like I feel like we've been doing a great job with BABYMETAL though, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like getting like, we're not oversharing, or I'm not getting more information than I'm looking for. Does that make sense? Like, you know, I'm always like, for them, I always want to know like what was the reason behind the song? What was like the like, what was the thought process? What was it for something? Does it have like, you know, because you guys had told me like, you know, before we did the one that they did with, oh my god, with the what's his fucking face, the counting song, you know what I mean? They're like, it's like the hardest counting song you've ever heard, you know what I mean? So I'm like, this one might have been for like an anime. I don't fucking know. People said it. I don't know. I didn't go looking, but they were saying it and they were wondering. So they said they were hearing it on anime shows. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm always a lyric guy, so I gotta know like at least a little bit of what they're talking about here. Going over thousands nights, some love shall survive. So until my body perishes, until my life disappears, I shall keep on cherishing this love. That's beautiful. Shining in the depths of eyes, the moon is about to cry. Red tears overflow the dye the night sky. Ooh, I like that line. In the silence, the two damaged blades stand face to face. Our loneliness and our uneasiness slash even our hearts. Damn. Going over 1,000 nights, some love shall survive. So until my body perishes, until my life disappears, I shall keep on cherishing this love. Like I said, this song's beautiful. You know what I mean? I don't know what this song is supposed to be about, but it's pretty. You know what I mean? It's pretty over a dope ass little metal line. You know what I'm saying? It seemed very traditional, like metal song this time. It didn't have like a lot of like all over the place antics to it. Does that make sense? And BABYMETAL, again, you guys have already told me that like, you know, none of their songs are really the same. So each one is kind of like a little different, and that still holds true with this one, right? Where this is like, to me, it reminded me of like almost kind of like one of the simpler songs that they wrote, even though this song is incredibly like did you hear what was going on? You know what I mean? That I was sitting there looking at the drummer and I was like, my man's back there killing it. They come up with the solos, sticking their tongue out and all that kinds of shit. Again, extreme musicianship. I love the fact that it's just like so fucking incredibly metal with everything they do. But again, like, you know, on the scale, this one seems simpler than a lot of like the chaotic stuff that they had going on in a lot of like the other songs that I've heard so far. So like, I like the fact that this one was a little bit more like almost just kind of like simple and to the point in its like most metal way. You know what I mean? So it was super fire that way. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the next version of this. Whatever, let's see, what was it called again? The unfinished version. That's right. Oh, this one got the translation. Hold on. I gotta hear it now. That's sick. See, that's what, now knowing like some of like the English translation, right, or some of the lyrical translation, this makes his intro part like so much more beautiful that way. Does that make sense? Where it's like, now that I know a little bit about kind of what the song is about, it's like, oh, now it makes it that much more pretty. Like, it was pretty the first time, but now it's like, oh, like, you know, now I'm like feeling it that much more. Honestly, I like this way better because I like the little intro to like the Su Metal like thing like that they did with this one, where like I feel like I did it in the order I was supposed to. Does that make sense? This was the order I was supposed to receive it in. I could see how the back and forth and why they had the debate of which one to go in front of which one, especially just from off the intro side of it. But for me, I feel like this was the right way to go. Does that make sense? That was beautiful. All right, so now I definitely see why, even more so, the debate of which one to go first, right? The straight piano version or the version that had all the rest of the instruments in there. Again, I still think that we went in the proper order. Personally, for me, I enjoyed it that much more because if I would have went into this with this version first, I wouldn't have perspective on the song. Now I have perspective on the song. So if you're going to hit me with the sad shit, I gotta know. I gotta know what it's about on the front side. So that's for any future requests out there. If it's the sad shit, give me the backstory first. Does that make sense? And it'll hit better. It'll hit better for sure. I really liked honestly, I really liked the second version better. But I can understand why it would be the debate, because can you really say it's a true baby metal song if it really is just a piano ballad? Does that make sense? Where it's probably, I don't know if they have any songs that don't have that incorporation in it, and this one didn't have it, so hence why it was called unfinished, right? So I like the fact that in the finished version they had the piano intro for like the first verse and before they brought it in. So I thought that was really sick. So like if this was like already out there this way and then they added the metal later kind of deal, so like the fans got that kind of experience where it was like they first heard it this way and then we added it that way. I think honestly that they did that perfectly. Does that make sense? The metal version is like its own little badassery kind of like, you know, in its own baby metal way, right? So, but for me personally, I like this one as the piano ballad. Like, you know, I think that it's really pretty, and I don't hate the fact that it didn't have the metal in there. You know what I'm saying? Even though the metal was dope as fuck, you know, I didn't hate this version specifically. I thought it was really pretty, and I'm just a fan of it that way. So yeah, I think that's really all I got for that one. So again, shout out to Perma for the request here. Definitely want to appreciate them for putting us on the double request today. It's always fun to do something a little bit different. And again, we are going to try to put this out all in one video, no matter what we're going to try to do. If we have to put like, you know, stuff over the content to block the video or whatever. I get a lot of things blocked from the videos with the baby metal request, and I'm like never able to monetize like any of them. So like it's you should never have ads or anything like that, because they're always come back with the copyright stuff. So but you guys still find them, so like, you know, it doesn't hold back on you guys being able to find the video. So it's more important that you guys are able to see it and all that kind of stuff, and that you guys enjoy it. So again, if you're considered helping joining the channel in a way where you're helping support monetarily and also get some requests, the Patreon is a great way to do that. I am not the greatest promoter for myself. I really am the most terrible person trying to promote myself. But you know, again, the Patreon is probably the best way to do that, and then again, get some guarantee requests in there as well, because again, like it's hard out here for us YouTubers, man. We can't make nothing off on any of these videos right now. UMG and almost everybody else in the fucking world is coming for our necks right now. You know what I'm saying? But definitely want to appreciate my Patreon members, especially Perma, again, for getting the request in today. I appreciate you, my friend. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them, and if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.